Showing a COVID-19 American flag 4th of July mask. Or USA mask.
You can see Greg Myers go to the firearms counter and purchase shotgun shells.
Always do your back stitch in the beginning and end so you can rate these machine washable. Again, we're at the end, so we finish all the way through, back stitch. Come up, flip it through, get it nice. Okay, so we got our back half all ready to assemble. Now we're sewing together the front half. And again, we do the same thing. Put our foot down, start sewing. Do your 1, 2, 3, 4 back stitches, what I like to do. Then you just sew all the way through. You finish all the way out and do 4 back stitches. Then you follow it all the way through. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So now, what we're going to do is go ahead and start.
In April of 2004, Greg Myers goes on trial for the murder of his father, Jack, and stepmother, Linda.
We're assembling the 2 halves together
With the deaths of Jack and Linda,
with my measurements here.
the other named beneficiary on his father's will.
Sneaking in the middle of the night, they never heard a door open. They didn't hear the window move. I think it makes you realize how vulnerable we all are to some kind of predator.
What we're going to do is tuck the 2 halves in, just like this. See how they're tucked in?
He's looking Linda right in the face when he shoots her.
Line them up perfectly. You can use pins, straight pins or whatever to line them up, or clips. I don't choose to, although you probably should, but I feel like I've been doing this for so long that I feel comfortable enough just doing it with my eyes and lining it up and just starting to sew. So now we're sewing 2 halves together. Start off with a back stitch. Then we do a 90-degree pivot. Go down this line. 1/4 inch seam allowance. Do another 90-degree pivot. And while you're doing this, make sure everything is lined up and straight.
None of it goes away. You still have to deal with the realization that they aren't there.
So 90 degrees pivot. Line everything up at the nose end. Your foot down. Line everything up here. Nothing has to be perfect. It's just lining it up, trying to get it in there. Perfect. As perfect as possible. And as you're getting closer to the nose piece, what you want to do is make sure that the seams right here, one is off to the other side and the other is off to the other side so they're kind of butterflying each other. So you don't get a lot of clump up in there. So I'm at my middle mark of my nose of the two halves put together. This is where I'm going to do like a little swing effect to get a nice little pivot going on there and stay with our 1/4 inch seam allowance. You see how everything is still lining up as we're going all the way through?
Trying
90 degree.
hook 'em up with the best hands.
Line it up.
And when that's all finished,
Got another stitch all the way down. Remember, we're at a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Another 90 degree. And everything go through.
this is our hometown.
You nervous?
No, I'm not.
So now we're at our end stitch, and we're gonna go ahead and finish it off and into a back stitch.
They know a lot about historic homes downtown.
Going to look for Rosamara House. Rosamara's budget is $250,000.
Now the fun part, where we trim at a 45-degree angle.
We're gonna look
Make sure not to go into the stitch.
Well, it comes with a free cap, and then show Ross and Laura the
See,
best.
not everything's perfect, but they're still sewn together and looks alright. You go trim up your nose piece so there's not a lot of bulk in that area.
Historic home.
Go in with the 45 at all your corners.
It's a great porch.
Oh my gosh.
If you want, you can also take a lighter
My passion.
to your threads. Right now, I'm not going to bother with that. I think it looks fine the way it is. We'll see how it looks when I flip it inside. Well, right side out. So now, the best part where you start to see
We'll hit the sweet
your mask
So y'all are looking for your forever home.
taking structure.
We found 2 that we're pretty sure are going to be perfect.
Now, by the way, this flag was blessed before we cut it.
So, let's go. Y'all ready?
It was tri-folded and blessed.
You know what this is for? To tie up your horse. Yes. Isn't that cool? That's all.
So now what you want to do is take scissors, something with a nice point but nothing too sharp. You want to get it in there and work
It's going through a major rebirth.
out your corners.
So exciting to be a part of it, however we can be.
Alright, what do you think?
Well,
That color is horrible.
and what's going on with the porch?
Okay, so the great thing about living in the South, especially in a small town,
What I like to do is, while the
It's not very
got them flipped out, kind of like knead it back and forth. Kind of makes the point a little bit better, kind of like this.
okay, so this is the Willow House, alright? In our town,
Do the other side, get that ready, go right
Willow
ahead.
didn't build this house, but he lived here for so long that now
Actually,
it's his house. So
I'm gonna have to
you
fix
gotta-
this
you gotta
side.
invest a little time and story into it.
I did
before
mess
it's your
up.
house. It's 3-bedroom, 3-bath, just under 2,500
It's my
square
fault,
feet.
my mistake.
It's built 1940. They're asking 159 for it.
And I know that the outside is not maybe what you have in mind.
And when you
but
run
if
into
you
a problem
figure
like
this
this,
out, this is what we could do. Oh my
That
gosh.
is great.
That's amazing.
I love it. I don't have that vision, and it really does help to see.
we do reline everything
before
up.
it's even done.
You take that glass off, take that wall off, and then your neighbors
Throw the
can
foot
see
down.
in without there being a glare.
Come in here.
Start off.
I kinda
Do a back stitch. Always do a back stitch when you're doing a new line.
Pretty good.
The floor slopes.
Great example. So,
It's got a lot of character.
It really does. I love the molding.
Yeah, I like this stuff. No justice whatsoever.
Pretty excited about this room. Guys, what do you think?
Really, really tall ceilings.
Yeah.
Really
Do
awesome.
you know how big of a Christmas tree I can get in here?
Right?
The color we're not so sure about now.
What are your feelings about the fireplace right now?
It's not good at all.
The thing about the fireplace, I know it's not working and there's no chimney
no,
on the
we're
house.
gonna do like we did the other side.
You got the great French
Like I said, need the corners. It kind of helps bring them out a little bit more of a point.
So, here's your kitchen.
You know,
This
what we
is
do is
terrible. It's
get to the next part. We're going to
open.
do our little,
Claustrophobic in here. We want a space that's inviting, open, and that kitchen is.
I guess it's called a blind hem.
Not at all. Don't get too worried about
Fold it
how
over,
close
line
is
everything
right now.
up.
Alright, you ready? This is what I think what my kitchen could be like.
It's like a completely different kitchen.
What I'm imagining first of all is we lose this wall completely. Make it a peninsula, a big cased opening.
Yeah, we're gonna take that up about 9 feet.
And
And
then
oh.
some ideas he's gonna build you a really beautiful table in here.
10 of them.
I lost my
Then he'll
three.
build furniture, which does not a house make.
It does a home. No, it doesn't even make a home.
We
To
wanna-
be honest.
So, but we both have very useful.
There is an upstairs, but it's not finished.
The upstairs is a game changer. Come on up. Oh my word. I know, right? Isn't it so cool? Do you like it?
I mean, I like that it's a big area, but you got an AC unit sticking up through.
Don't worry about it. Immediately you think it's kind of awful up here, but also there's some major fun. It could be like a whole new house upstairs.
Got it.
Here's what I'm thinking. What?
Big difference. That's
Completely
awesome.
different,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's gonna be so much brighter. We're gonna paint all
Alright,
of
here we
the
go.
existing wood, platform over all that existing air conditioner,
Alright,
brand new.
back where we
doors
started.
here.
You're not talking about a lot of money. Okay, so the
And
flooring.
put your foot down. Back stitch. Remember, you want to make sure this is
We're just gonna paint.
going to be able to
And there's a great surprise.
um, be put in the washer and wash and being able to put in the dryer. So you want to back stitch everything. We start and finish.
And this is what your backyard is about. This is your pottery studio.
Everything on a 1/4 inch seam.
Get that?
Oh my gosh, this is
Some people do,
perfect.
what is it, 3/8.
Okay.
It's good.
We got one.
I do a 1/4 inch. I think it looks a little bit cleaner and less bulkier.
I am very worried about budget on this house.
They're talking about doing a lot of stuff to the kitchen and completely almost redoing the front porch.
So
And it
now,
seems like
I'm going to do the other side.
Alright, so what do y'all think about the wall?
And pull it out a little bit. You always want about 4 or 5 inches of extra thread sitting out the back there.
See the whole thing.
This is the Welch house.
I really like your, I call these things dog houses. What is it?
I call them dog houses too.
So English and cottage. I think what would be even better than white paint would be
Oh my gosh.
Gonna clean it up.
Add some resistance. Sarah, there will be less trials about what's funny. You want to continue?
everyone, everywhere.
Alright, I paused you there for a second. So we use the
Today,
medium hold hair ties that you can get
over time,
in the
odors in your home.
women's cosmetic aisle, hair aisle at Walmart or
Breeze Plug has 2
Walgreens,
and it eliminates odors for 1200.
Target. And that's what's gonna hold your ear on.
Having dry skin,
Hold it onto your ear, I'm sorry.
turns out, my body
So what I do is put it on there, kinda try to make this nice all the way around. I set my setting to the zigzag stitch.
You better believe it. With Olay
Gives it a cleaner, smoother look and it holds a lot better than if you were just to do a straight stitch. So what we're going to do is go ahead and do a zigzag stitch, get it started, and let it do its thing. Alright, looks pretty good. Yeah, but now we're going to do the other side.
Craft the finest delicatessen products possible. Nothing less. 5 generations later, we've never wavered from that.
Do the other earpiece.
Trim the old-fashioned way. Exceptional
Get it lined up, almost like the other one.
to our exacting standards. It doesn't carry the Bohr's
and work it through.
Everyone deserves to have that special place they belong. Forever Home is unlike any other show we've ever done.
Clean it up.
There are so many memories to be made in these homes.
No, this is the fun part.
The first pets and
When you got it all together and looking nice. Clean it up a little bit better. Get your lighter.
their existing houses and homes. So
Hit all your threads. Kind of seals it up and makes it give a cleaner look through and through. You do everything that is exposed.
Come here, guys.
You can always take it, hit it with my thumb. It's not too hot, so it's not going to hurt you. It may, depending on your pain threshold, but I always do it just to clean up the threads.
And I've never been to New England. Just
Even the threads in the inside sometimes, because sometimes they hang out. So,
I think what would be even
right there, that's about it.
white paint would be
There is 2 more steps, but this one we're skipping a step with the nose piece and
roof over the entryway just to get you
filter, because I use a polypropylene filter
really great style.
to help. It's almost like the N95 mask, the same material that the N95 mask is made out of.
one thing I've
But this customer says it's too hot out, they don't want that.
So, I mean, how can we
So,
get people over
got a little bit cheaper than normal. But for the most part, you create your nose piece. Always curl the end so it doesn't poke people. Then you get your double-sided tape.
Well,
Is what I use because once you wash this and the metal gets a little worn out after bending it so many times to get it to fit your nose. You just want to change out the metal, and it's very easy. Just get double-sided tape. And what I do here is I turn it inside out from the face side, I guess the back side, where your face is going to touch. I line it up,
This is much better.
raise your hands. Can you touch the ceiling?
take the tape,
Good ceiling, honey.
double-sided tape, and the metal piece, and I line it up with the peak.
There is a working fireplace in this house.
What I'm
And to keep it nice and smooth, I line it up with the stitches, and I fold it over.
bigger, and then
And same thing with the other side, make sure everything is nice and
use them as
flush.
doors to get out to your backyard.
And fold it over.
Watch out.
And take my double-sided tape off.
Huge.
What's up with, I mean, it's like they kind of
Usually what we do is put the filter inside here, and it'll stick in there with the double-sided tape.
Very up-to-date range.
And you can interchange that as well.
Style cabinets. So
And
here's
you
what I
just
think
pull
for
it,
this room.
press,
We would change out
pull,
the
and
cabinets
press.
and put in glass front doors that feel cottagey.
And voila, you got yourself an American flag
With the original kind of hardwood floors.
mask.
And then big
And it fits
silky,
very well.
awesome.
There may be a few minor adjustments depending on the person. This is for a typical male, maybe larger female. It can also fit a larger male as well. In some places you might have to adjust the earpieces in order for it to fit them a little bit better. But for the most part, it's universal. It fits great. Thank you, and please subscribe. There will be more videos in the future.